Do not be a robot like me. Think free and act social instead of thinking mainstream and acting as an egoist. Welcome to Timothy Speed's radio show. One of the inspiring book authors, thinkers and experts in free creativity in our times.
Welcome and hello. Today we want to talk about a very interesting topic. Have you ever realized by going to work every day, by parking your car at the same space every morning, going into the office, talking to people, meeting people, have you ever thought about the aspect of how people see you in your office, who you are, how you see people in your office, how the market will see you, approach you on your company, and how the system of markets and companies, how their identities are built up, how their corporate identities are built up, and how these affect the way we see economy and the way we see the possibilities to change things, to get into new solutions. Have you ever seen this in a conscious way? I mean, have you ever realized that you live in an individual environment partly, going to work to a collectivism environment, and parts-wise losing parts of your individuality while going to work, and maybe asking yourself, well, is this a good thing, or would it be interesting to find possibilities to bring in your resources, your personal ideas, your individuality, your personality in all its fullness of varieties and skills and ideas and visions and wishes and all the feelings and all these things, inner knowledge and this, bringing this into your companies. Now, I want to give you a few ideas on this today because what I see happening at the moment is big development in economy. One side we have more and more humans, as the Richard Florida says with the rise of the creative class, more and more individuals wanting to live and create in an individual way inside the market, and more and more people going out of the usual ways of working and looking for new possibilities to get their resources into the market in a new way, founding new markets. So we've got this big movement of individualism on one side. On the other hand, we've got, of course, mass unemployment in all kinds of countries of the world. And on the other side, we've got movements like social business coming up. This means people founding business projects to help society develop, or to help solve social and society problems. This coming a lot up from the Indian Nobel Prize man Muhammad Yunus, who founded this Grameen Bank with the mini credits for the poor in India. Now, this is turning into a big movement now, and there'll be a big vision summit in the autumn of 2009 in November in Berlin, featuring on especially this topic. So what's happening there is that people are starting to found actually companies which complete idea is just to solve social ideas, social problems. Now, you see, interesting thing happening there is that market is turning into a type of socialism idea or socialism approach, or at least could develop further in that direction. You see, this is quite an interesting thing to look at, because if you say that social business is turning into a tremendous movement in society, so that new innovation in society will be built more and more on people building new markets around social and society problems, which really is turning into a big movement at the moment. I mean, huge companies are getting in there and meeting with institutions like the Grameens and the like Genesis Institute in Berlin, Germany. And what you see happening is that there's a huge, tremendous movement going on there, and a lot of money coming into this thing. So it's a very realistic thing. I'm not talking about dreamland here. It's something really happening at this moment. So if we take a close look into this idea, then we see that what they're trying to do is to bring in sort of get self-entrepreneurship or self-managementship skills into the public, and to put the focus on looking at at what's happening in society, like what's happening in hospital systems, in youth care, in healthcare, in environmental questions, and helping them to found companies based on solving those special skills and problems. I mean, like up to now, big companies have been doing like a Danone or big project where Western products have been brought into third world markets by redesigning them for these small, less low budget markets, and so bringing into life quality. At the other hand, of course, opening markets for these big global players. And on the other hand, that's sort of the other side of it. It's all got two sides, as everything has. And also, social business is a movement which can lead into not even greater collectivism in the way we build up companies, because the private or the individual aim to earn money with it will be replaced by doing something, by just sort of earning enough money to keep alive at a certain limit, but investing into sort of putting all the focus on saving or changing social problems, which can, at the end of the road, turn into a socialism approach to capitalism, which is a thing you can see as a good side of it. You can also see it as a very bad side of it, because this can, at the end of the day, lead to a low level of life quality as a whole, because you won't take the peaks of the economy away and lower it all down to just basics of surviving environment, of surviving companies, and at the same time bringing capitalism into cultures and into markets around the bottom in smaller parts, and sort of privatizing every little approach or every aspect of social cultural movement in our society, while keeping the whole capitalistic system lowered down because of environmental and social questions putting in front of that. So not all of this has positive aspects, and I think the main thing one has to look at social business projects is the individualism must be a main aspect of it. That means people must have the ability to see this way of solving social problems and cultural ideas and all these environmental things in an individualistic way. This means you have to decentralize these ideas, help to give knowledge, but basically let people make their own things, own ways, own stories out of it, to be able to keep these dynamics going. So we don't have a overcapitalized society hiding itself behind socialist ideas, which can lead to problems. So this is one movement where you see that individualism and what do you call it? Just forgot. And collectivism are moving around. So you got these. This is another thing changing. Now, generally, another topic one must look at under these circumstances is the self-identity of companies. As we see creative clusters evolve all around the world, all these kids in computer-based in internet environments, networking, and all these things, new markets are evolving between these networks of individuals, of creative, highly motivated individuals, basically working under their own identity and grouping up to